Hey ladies, it's Stephanie and I am coming to you no makeup. My hair is like crazy. I'm actually wearing my extensions right now. They're clipping and so my regular hair is not curled yet. So my hair is crazy. I just put them in and I still have to curl my hair and everything. But I'm coming to you and I want to show you how to use the Younique Liquid Foundation. Now there's a couple of things that you do kind of have to know about this. It's different than, let's say you go to the store and you just buy something over the counter and it's like a liquid that you just pour onto a sponge and you wipe it all over your face. It's a little bit different than something like that, or anything that's like a mousse. It's going to be different than that. So I'm going to show you this and show you how to apply it to get the best coverage. That way if you were to get this product and you wanted to use it, you know exactly like how to use it to get the best coverage instead of being disappointed by not using it properly. Okay, so the first thing, this is our liquid foundation, and this shade is my summer shade, but I actually think I might even have to go darker because my face is really pale, but my skin, like my neck, my shoulders, my arms are really tan. So I don't want it to be too big of a difference for the summer. So, which is also something I want to add to that. I don't wear sunscreen on my face, but my makeup is kind of a natural protectant. Like I do primer and my liquid foundation and some powder on it too. And it protects my skin really well from the sun, and so that's why my face is so much lighter. But so this is the liquid foundation. It is mineral based, which means if I were to just open this up and use it as is, the mineral could be settling on the bottom more. It's highly pigmented, which means you don't need a lot of it to really get a good coverage, but it is mineral, so that means that you have to shake this up. And not only do you have to shake it up, it's a dropper. I'm going to show you this. It's a dropper, so you also have to pump the dropper a few times after you shake it up to make sure that you're really getting makeup that is mixed together really well and that you're getting a really good consistency whenever you use it. So I'm going to shake it up, pump the dropper a few times, okay? Now you can use a couple of different brushes. Personally, I love our puff powder brush. This is my favorite to apply it with. We also have, let's see, a liquid foundation brush. This is designed for the liquid foundation because of the shape of it. It has kind of a center here that you can put the liquid foundation in. It really gets corners really well. So this one is designed for it, but honestly, I feel like I get better coverage with the powder puff brush, so I'm going to use this one. I have seen people use our concealer powder brush too, but I still like this brush. You can use a blending bud. You don't want to use your fingers. You're not going to get good coverage at all if you use your fingers. So first thing, because it's mineral, I would highly suggest to use a primer underneath. When you apply any primer, make sure that you really put it into your skin. Your skin should not feel greasy after putting primer on. Your skin should feel smooth. It should not feel greasy from primer. So make sure you're really, rubbing that primer in before you apply your foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 3 drops on here. I'm just going to show you. You guys can see some spots here that I'm going to try to cover. Just kind of a little bit of unevenness and really that change in color between my neck and my face here. So I shook this up really well and I went ahead and pumped the dropper a few times. So now I know that I'm getting really good consistency. If you do not do that, you could be getting more liquidy rather than the coverage. Or by the end of the time that you use it, it's not going to have a good consistency to it. So shake it up really well. I put 3 to 5 drops on here, kind of put it around my face, and now I'm going to apply it. I go in circular motions on my skin. Okay. So that is just the foundation, using like 3 to 5 drops there. Bring it down your neck just a little bit to help blend into your neck. Okay, so that is one layer of the foundation. Something else you want to know about the foundation is that you can build it up. So instead of putting too many drops on your brush from the start, go ahead and do 1 light coat, and then if you need another coat, go ahead and put like 3 more drops on here. You should not need a lot, okay? And if you do need a lot, make sure your skin is hydrated. One thing that I notice is when people use our liquid foundation and they're like, I have to use so much makeup for it. It's because their skin is dehydrated and it's literally sucking in the foundation. Like, I have to use twice as much foundation on somebody who has dry skin versus somebody whose skin is hydrated and well balanced. So if you are noticing your foundation sucking into your skin or you have to use a lot of it, let's check your hydration first and see if your skin is moisturized properly and using that primer properly. Otherwise, you are also not going to get the same type of coverage that you were expecting with the foundation. Another thing about the foundation, I talked about dry skin a little bit and how it can suck in the foundation. If your skin is oily, there could be a couple of reasons for why your skin could be oily. Sometimes if your skin is too dehydrated, your skin overproduces oils, making your skin oily when really it's not naturally oily, it's too dry, and you have to balance that back out. And then there's sometimes that your skin is naturally oily, and if that's the case too, you might find that your liquid foundation moves around on your skin. So there's different levels of people who have really dry skin or really oily skin, and they either have to use a lot of foundation because their skin is sucking it in, or it's moving around on their face and it's not sitting on their face because they have too oily skin. We talked about dry skin. If it's too oily, we do have an oil control mask that dramatically helps the oil production in your skin. The bottom line is we really want to get your skincare figured out and balanced out really well for any makeup application, whether it's the liquid foundation or not, but it will definitely impact how this sits. So my skin, personally, I have spent a long time figuring out and balancing out my skin to get healthier skin, to even my skin tone, and my makeup sits amazingly, and the coverage I get is incredible, but I did take a lot of time to focus on my skincare and make sure that my skin was ready for any makeup application. So that is the coverage. You can see partially it's like my face is also lighter because of the light. It's right here, so it's shining on my face, but you can see that it is well blended into my neck. There's no lines. You can see the coverage that it did provide. Now, for more of a full coverage, what I like to do is I like to use my Skin Perfecting Concealer for any blemishes that might need a little bit more coverage. This stuff is incredible, and I use it for the dark circles under my eyes too, and then my pressed powder on top. So the liquid foundation plus the concealer and the pressed powder, this is my absolute go-to full coverage, and it doesn't feel cakey, it doesn't feel heavy on your skin. Again, it's all highly pigmented, but it's still really, really lightweight. So that is what I would recommend for more of a full coverage if you want one step to do that with. So this is 2 coats. I am going to finish getting ready, do something with my hair, finish my makeup, and then I will jump back on later and show you guys the finished look. Alright ladies, so I kind of fixed up my hair here a little bit. I'm going to be throwing on a baseball cap anyway for the rest of the day, so I'm not too concerned about it. But I finished up my makeup, and I did finish my full coverage that I usually do. So that Younique foundation, the liquid foundation here, with the concealer, I put the concealer really under my eyes, on my chin here, and then my pressed powder. So these ones and I can still use actually the same brush. I use this brush for the liquid foundation and also for the powder. The foundation is a liquid turned powder, so it doesn't get clumpy on the brush. You can still see my foundation still sitting on there a little bit, but so I use this for both of them, and I really like that for both of them. And then for my concealer, I just use my finger to apply it with, but I do have a concealer brush that I can use if I have more time to take, but I just use my finger to apply it with. So this really gave me that full coverage, that flawless look. You can see my highlight right there with my luminizer. Same thing over here on my nose. I use my luminizer a little bit, but you can really see that flawless airbrush finish. But I do recommend that if you're looking for full coverage, especially if it's for like acne, like for me, I actually have a couple of videos that you want to take a look at that show my face just totally broken out in acne from after having kids and hormones. So I used this coverage for that, but make sure that you take a look at those. I'm just going to show you one more time here. Really getting that coverage. So I love this. This is honestly my go-to coverage. That liquid foundation with that concealer and the powder if you want something all together for a complete full coverage. If you're looking more for a light to medium coverage, you can just use this alone. But if you do want some more of that highlighting under the eyes and more of the full coverage, I would recommend getting these all together. It's definitely like a set that you can get for it together. So anyway, that's what I would recommend. And if you're having issues with your liquid foundation, you're not sure why it's not applying or why you're not getting the coverage that some women are getting, you just saw my coverage I got. You can watch my videos and see the coverage that I get, and most of the time it's either application or it's skin type. So if you have questions though, go ahead and shoot me a message, and check out Stephanie K Beauty on Facebook. You can message me from there too, or just on Facebook, Stephanie Kisner, and I can help you get to the bottom of either skincare, or if this maybe is the best coverage for you, if there's something else that might be better for what you're looking for and your skin type. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'm excited to share more of the products with you and application and how to use them. Have a good day.